Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
After decades of denial, it's now all out in the open, hidden in plain view. A private corporate world government waging financial war against the individual and the nation state. A tsunami of 1.5 quadrillion fiat dollars flooding the world. The weaponized banking system consolidating power at an accelerated pace. We have former Congressman Bob Barr joining us to cover the TSA and that ongoing journey towards tyranny as the system tries to break our will and set the precedent to have federal goons on the streets of America, not just the airports. He'll be joining us coming up in about 30 minutes. And then I haven't interviewed her in years because she's pretty much retired. But Charlotte Iserby, former head of policy at the Department of Education under Reagan, discovered that it really was a plan by the bureaucracy to dumb down the American people. And she's going to be joining us coming up today for a rare interview with Charlotte Iserby. So that's something that folks do not want to miss. And we'll have wide open phones also in the third hour today. We'll also take some phone calls on education or the program to dumb the population down with Charlotte Iserby. Crass commercial plug here, as G. Gordon Liddy would say. Crass commercial messages straight ahead. I haven't been able to get a hold of her in over a year and a half, so we stopped carrying her book, Deliberate Dumbing Down. I noticed it was selling for like $80, $100 on eBay and Amazon in many places. And then I noticed we had an email from her saying, well, my book's out of print. I've got 500 or so left. Whoever wants them, buy them. So I called up last week and bought every stinking one of them and said, hey, do you want to come back on the show? It's been probably 2 years since you've been on, year and a half or so. And she said, yeah, I'm retired. And she'd had some deaths in the family, so she took off some time. And she said she's leaving the U.S. again for a few months coming up here very soon. And she said, if you want all the books, they're yours. These are the size of basically the Austin phone book. And it chronicles the entire dumbing down process with the government's own documents. And this is such an important tool for people who are in education or for parents who are concerned. Everybody who's a school board member needs to have this, to bring this book up in your school board meetings so people really understand there's a reason we've gone from #1 in the world 50-plus years ago to being behind every industrialized world nation and behind many third world nations. So it just went up on the shopping cart this morning. It's discounted. And it's available at Infowars.com. Deliberate Dumbing Down by Charlotte Iserby. I hope everybody will get that book and get it out to everyone they know. And this is the end. This is it. The book is going out of print, and she is done. So if you want it, it's available at Infowars.com. Okay, when we come back, I want to get into the economy. No end in sight to U.S. economic crisis. As scary as jobs chart ever shows, post-recession unemployment is at its worst since World War II. And everyone plays along with this 9.8%. Why does everyone just play along with a blatant lie? It's over 22%. But they're saying, it's deep trouble at 9.8. Continuing, we're going to get into the warmest year on record. The truth is global warming has halted. Ted Turner urges global one-child policy to save planet from the summit going on down in Cancun, Mexico. Also, another patent up on Infowars.com, spraying the skies, the 1975 U.S. patent for powder chemtrail generation. That's all coming up. The latest on WikiLeaks, the latest on the drills, escalating the situation on the Korean Peninsula, the latest on the lame duck session, and a teen dies after being hit by a baseball.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi, this is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about the delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. I've told you for years that eFoods Direct has the best storable food on the planet. Now it's that time of year again, and their holiday special is here. They have 2 holiday price packs for you to put into your reserves for a secure future or to share with others. The first is a 6-month bulk supply in 10 cans. And the second is a 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals, including delicious bakery items shipped in heavy tote bags. Now, for a limited time, when you order 2 or more of these special holiday packs, you'll get free shipping on your entire order. Call now, 800-409-5633, or visit them at efoodsdirect.com/Alex. That's 800-409-5633, or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, the 6th day of December 2010, and we're going to be live here for the next 3 hours. Former Congressman Bob Barr is going to be joining us coming up later in the hour to talk about the TSA and the Freedom of Information Act request he's put in, dealing with the TSA reportedly circulating memos about persecuting people that criticize the TSA, all part of this reign of terror with the new minimum wage federal brown shirt legions that work for the Homeland Security Gestapo, or NKVD. But I wrote some notes last night before I get into all this news. You know, sometimes just the urgency really hits me. And last night I couldn't even sleep. I was so focused on what's happening in our society and just how real and palpable and absurdist. I mean, it's so real, it's so off the charts that it is absurd how much tyranny we're putting up with. The federal government comes out last week and openly admits that they are spying on basically all the credit card transactions and store loyalty card transactions in real time. There's face scanning cameras, license plate reading cameras up all over the country and going up worldwide. Domestic spy forces, InfraGard, 50+ thousand clergy recruited by Homeland Security to spy on their flocks and to give them sermons about submitting to tyranny. We have the actual training manuals 5 years ago on this. Years later, it was partially declassified. I mean, it's so creepy. And the torture camps and the secret torture camps and how it continues no matter who is in office. And over again, the al-Qaeda leadership caught working with the U.S. government and caught being at the Pentagon and military bases. I mean, it's just insane. And over again, every week or two it comes out that the government knowingly authorized this chemical in the plastics or this chemical in the water and that they want to sterilize us, they want to give us cancer. It's really simple. You got a bunch of control freak sadists who under National Security Act of 47 brought in hundreds of thousands of Nazis and their supporters because they would follow orders. They found lots of other Americans that would follow orders to set up this eugenics operation. And Adolf Hitler and everything he did was publicly funded by the Rockefellers and the Carnegies and Mr. Watson of IBM. And now all those same families finance the eugenics and the Planned Parenthood and the sterilization and the forced vaccines and the fluoride in the water. And we've got all the Rockefeller documents in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I've shown you here on air. We've linked to them. They're public about how they've come out with vaccines that have sterilants in them and how it only sterilizes a certain percentage so you don't notice. I mean, it's so diabolical, and it's out in the open, and I've got to just sit here every day and calmly cover this. And I feel like a radio show isn't even the format. You know, having ads, having guests, having to have guests on who aren't as informed, and just the childlikeness and the ignorance of the public and the open evil just running rampant everywhere. And I don't feel like I'm the person to be able to even bring you this information. It's so horrific and so off the charts. And then just everybody goes about their business with sports and having fun and going to the movies, and I don't blame them. In fact, during the Great Depression, people got even more distracted and more into entertainment and more into escapism. But this is something that you can't escape by living in denial. And I understand, and I know many of you understand, that there's this high-tech facade that we all take part in and add to in this engineered society where our paradigms are basically written into the culture and we're put in front of the television in our diapers to just be conditioned to live in this false reality. And then right beneath the surface, the membrane between this false reality, the false paradigm, and the real reality is paper thin. It's Bible paper thin. You can see through it. And right there is the leering, mechanized evil. You know, the globalists don't care about 1 million+ Iraqis that Lancet years ago reported, you know, 6 years into the war, it was 1 million+ dead. Hundreds of thousands of dead Afghans. Do you think they care about you? I mean, when you watch a football game, when you watch the news, when you listen to talk radio, when you read the newspaper, it's like living in an absurdist cartoon 1984. Every time there's a basketball three-pointer, they cut to 5 troops at the basketball game to create a Pavlovian response to associate a victory with the troops and to build them up in false status like they are the kings, they are the best, they are the heroes. But that's only so that false mantle of heroic dynamism can be added to the state, as if the state represents our young warriors. They understand our base instincts to love our young warriors, but they're not our warriors. They work for the globalist. Oh, they've got a false paradigm, a false downloaded hypnotic suggestion, compulsive hypnotic, brainwashing template put into them since birth that land of the free, home of the brave, John Wayne, but that's not what it is.